What's going on, folks? RGT here. Hope you're all having a good day. We got some video game news to talk about. I want to talk about this stuff with you guys. A couple different topics that I want to cover in this video. Thank you guys for checking out yesterday's video. Talking about games and stuff is very easy to me. Talking about myself is not very easy for me, and I don't like doing it and opening it up. So, thanks for being cool in the comment section, kind of understanding where I was coming from. And I hope, I gave you guys a little bit of inspiration. Take a calculated risk if you're in a position to in life, because, do you want to wonder what if, or would you rather find out? And if it fails, at least you tried. But I'm not here to be Tony Robbins and give you guys some motivational speeches. We're here to talk about some video game news. We're going to start things off with the big announcement, the big event. It's finally happening. The event that everyone has been waiting for. And the Pokemon Presents has been announced. Yes, folks, a Pokemon Presents presentation will be, that's some good ass alliteration. Pokemon Presents presentation will be happening next Thursday, February 27th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, no additional details were given about this Pokemon Presents presentation. I'm sure your PokeTubers out there will inform you on what to kind of expect from these things. I am somewhat of a retired king of Pokemon YouTube, but I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm not really excited for this. And I think it's because kind of a myriad of different reasons. I used to cover these Pokemon Presents presentation, and I would talk about all of the things that were talked about in here. And then at some point I realized I don't care about 90% of Pokemon stuff. I don't care about the cards, the trading cards, the anime, the movies, the plushies, all of this sort of stuff that they talk about during this event. It means nothing to me. I'm here for the more traditional games. I don't want to see mobile games and stuff like that. I want to see the continuation of the Pokemon franchise. Now, obviously, the timing of this has a lot of people thinking that Pokemon Legends Z-A or ZA will be at this event. And I really like Pokemon Legends Arceus. I thought it was a fun departure from the mainline Pokemon, still kind of sticking to the formula, but making it a bit more expansive. It felt like a Pokemon game that I would have want to have come out, back when I was really into the franchise and stuff like that. But when you look at mainline Pokemon stuff, like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were a disappointment for a lot of people. You could sit there and say the gameplay loop is fun, and it's Pokemon, so it hasn't really changed all that much, but the performance of that game definitely left a lot to be desired. And I feel like, obviously people aren't holding this company accountable because of the fact that the game still sold very well, but having the company lie to you and say, we're going to improve things, and then they release DLC that actually runs worse than the base game did, hopefully this raises some eyebrows, and hopefully this makes people a little bit more reserved with giving your money to the Pokemon company just because they make something new. Maybe people will be a little bit more critical. Maybe people will be a little bit more analytical of what they are doing, because I think in the long run that actually helps out the product. It makes for a better product. It makes for a better gaming experience, which at the end of the day, that's what a lot of people want. And I get it. A lot of kids play Pokemon, but a lot of kids grew up playing Pokemon that still play Pokemon. So, for me, I'll check out the presents afterwards. It happens at 9 a.m. I like to wake up around 10, so I won't be tuning in to watch it live or anything. And I guess if there's, some interesting games or something like that, I will talk about it. Obviously, they're not going to show anything Pokemon related for the Switch 2 at this event because it's happening before the Switch 2 unveiling. So whatever you see, it's going to be for the good old Switch 1. And speaking of that good old Switch 1, there was supposed to be a Nintendo Direct in February. And people said, PH Brazil, Jeff Grubb, that they heard a February Nintendo Direct for the Nintendo Switch 1 is still on the table. Now, I am filming this on Thursday evening, so there is a small chance that one stealth drops on Friday. But if it doesn't, then we have next week, I guess. And it seems kind of weird to me, if there is indeed a Switch 1 Nintendo Direct presentation, to do it the same week of a Pokemon Presents presentation. We haven't ever seen Nintendo do something like that before. And it would make more sense to kind of stagger it, in my opinion, because you kind of don't want to take the shine off of one thing or another. We assume that there's more Switch 1 games coming out, but after Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition and probably Pokemon Legends Z-A and Metroid Prime 4, like, it's kind of a big mystery. We've heard things such as potentially, Zelda remakes and Zelda remasters, I should say, Metroid Prime remasters, Kirby Planet Robobot and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me that we did not get one this week. And I'm kind of off the train of thinking there is going to be one. There is the off chance that one just magically pops up today and then everyone is happy. But if not, it's kind of like, well, maybe these sources aren't as good as we thought they were. Like, a February Nintendo Direct seems like a foregone conclusion, but for whatever reason, Nintendo, I guess maybe they're tired of being like predictable with these things, has decided to potentially not do one. There is still the small chance that there is one next week. Kind of doesn't make much sense if there's a Pokemon Presents, but it seems like this week is a complete wash, and this was the week that many people thought there was going to be one. Do you still have hope for a February Nintendo Direct? It'd be cool. It'd be cool for me because, it gives me something fun to talk about, new games to look at and stuff like that, but I'm kind of over my Nintendo Switch. I'm not really playing it all that much, if any, really anymore. So I'm kind of ready for the next thing. But I mean, it is always nice to see new software for things. And the final thing we're going to talk about is actually Switch 1 hardware, because Nintendo is doing a strange bundle for the Nintendo Switch OLED and Super Mario Brothers Wonder that has a lot of people wondering, no pun intended, if this could be potentially a little glimpse into the price of the Switch 2. So here's a look at the bundle itself. This will be available, I believe today it comes out at Best Buy and other retailers. You get a Switch OLED system. You get a copy of Super Mario Brother Wonder. I believe it is a digital copy. Yes, it's a full game download. And 3 months of Nintendo Switch Online for $349.99. So essentially the game and the trial of Nintendo Switch Online for 3 months is free, a roughly $70 value, $60 for the game. I guess roughly $10 for the 3 months of Nintendo Switch Online. This is the baseline Nintendo Switch Online, so not the expansion pack with stuff like the N64 in it and whatnot. But a lot of people are finding this interesting because of the price of it and the timing of it, because a bundle, Nintendo hasn't really done bundles with the Switch unless it's been, something like, we got like Fortnite bundles and stuff like that very early in the system's life cycle. We also saw things, around Black Friday. The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe bundle, of course, is always a staple. But to do one in February, like, that's kind of a bit weird. And most people are focusing on the price point of this being $350, because one of the things we've actually talked about on this channel is Nintendo going to phase out the OLED in light of having just the base Switch, the Switch Lite, and then the Switch 2, and then of course phase out those systems, those other two systems, as time goes on. And to me, when you're doing a bundle, there's a reason for you doing that bundle, especially when it's not during a holiday season. You're essentially trying to clear out some stock. If you go back to that Canadian Costco story that we talked about a couple of days ago on the channel with the potential price point of the Switch 2, they said that in their database, they were no longer receiving any more new Nintendo Switch OLED systems. Now, could this bundle have been the Switch that popped up in their system? I mean, maybe. And maybe that's why the OLED bundle isn't, or the OLED system isn't popping up, because now all of the OLED systems could potentially be within this bundle. But if that's the case, then it's clear that you're trying to get rid of these Switch OLEDs. And if you're not distributing any non-bundle systems, there's obviously a reason for that. So could this be a glimpse into the price point of the Nintendo Switch 2? Because if this system is going to be $350, then you're getting $70 worth of crap with it. You're getting a $60 game. Does that lend more credence to the Switch 2 coming in at that $400 price point? Because I don't think it's logical to think $350 with this, but something like this definitely feels like this could be a way to get rid of some of those systems. And then the Switch 2 comes out at $400. You can buy this if you want it, but you want the new system and it's only $50 more. Like, I don't know. It's definitely something to think about within the grand scheme of things. I mean, Mario Wonder's a great game. Like, you know, it's a good game to bundle with it. You'll obviously increase the game sales of that as well, but definitely something to keep an eye on, especially if we start to see other system bundles like, you know, Switch Lights. I know they've done some Switch Lite variants. I could see those getting some more bundles, maybe a price drop on the standard Nintendo Switch. It's going to be a fun couple of months, you know, leading up to the Switch 2 reveal, because I honestly think you'll start to see more things like this happen along the way. But that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know what you think of everything in the comment section down below. Are you surprised that there's no Direct? Do you care about Pokemon Presents? Do you need a Switch OLED bundle? Because you can get one. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, comment, and share. Hit the bell as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.